Good morning. I'm waiting till 10 to get started. Good morning. It's 10 a.m. I have a small update. I have almost block 3 done of the Pieceful baskets so long. I just have to put the setting triangles on. I just kind of laid them out here so we could get a look of what it looks like, the 3 of them together. I haven't determined whether I want to move the cows to face together or just leave them like that. I think if I leave them like that, then it needs to be on this side of the quilt, so they're looking towards the center. Something of that nature. My thought process, I don't know. But I'm going to leave that open to see whether or not the cows need to change direction. So that's all I actually worked on. I did a little bit of piecing on that. So block 4 is next, and this is the double 9 patch block basket. And in a couple of weeks, we'll do a fabric selection and work on that block. So in yesterday's video, we discussed some other block of the month options, and Rhonda asked if anybody was following along with Karen Montgomery of 9 patch a day. And I had heard of it, but I didn't follow anything. In the links below, I have a link to that Facebook page that you do have to join, and I did join it, so I'm going to follow along. And I've been watching a couple of videos. I know that they're working on the Misty Morning sew along. This is block 1 and 2 pattern, but they're currently on block 7. So I think they're a little too far along for me to even attempt to try to catch up at this point. So I'm going to keep watch of that. She is also doing a Civil War sew along with Barbara Breckman's Civil War 50 Blocks book. And Jessica mentioned that the Stitch in Heaven is going to be doing a sew along on that, and that is this quilt. And I definitely want to join on this one. This starts in January, and there is a link below for Stitch in Heaven, their block of the month programs, and you can just look for that one if you're interested in joining in. There's a $25 registration fee, and that seemed to be consistent with all of the blocks of the month that they have. It starts in January. I don't know what time frame of the month it's the day or whatever, but they will be sending you a kit that has the fabric included with the program and a pattern. And it's a 13-month program. It's like $39.95 a month plus shipping. The quilt measures 89.5 by 100.5, and the background, I guess, is also included in the package. So that's kind of exciting, and that seemed to be consistent with most of the blocks of the month in here. There's others I would love to join. So if anyone is interested in this program, sew along with Jessica and I in January. I'm going to sign up to get this one. I think this is absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to continue to follow along with Karen Montgomery. I following her YouTube channel and her Facebook group, and all the links are below for all of these, the Stitch in Heaven one. If there is a quilt along you'd like to would like us to start, if there's a quilt kit available that's not set up as a block of the month, I'd be happy, if I'm interested in making that quilt as well, to start something up. I mean, it's not, we can make a block of the month, out of a non-existent block of the month or sew along or quilt along. I also found another website. What is it called again? I know I have the links below. Hang on. It's the Quilt Spot. I did get an email from the Fat Quarter Shop announcing the Hometown Holiday Sampler sew along. It's now starting in September. I think the kit isn't available yet. It still says notify me, and it's the 26th of July, and it was supposed to have been mailed out in July. So I think they're pushing it back a month. And so I've got a link to that blog post. So if you're interested in sewing along with that, I am going to be making this quilt. I have reserved a quilt for $5 on the quilt kit on the Fat Quarter Shop. However, the and where did I write this down? The Quilt Spot link is below. They are also doing a sew along for this, and it starts in August versus September and goes for 13 months, I believe. So that is a much more doable plan than I think the Fat Quarter Shop intends to do with theirs. I think theirs is like a weekly one or something. Oh, Carol will have a free Quiltober sew along. Oh, yeah, I'll be watching for that because I have checked for notifications and stuff like that, and I'll be following her page. So yes, a free Quiltober. Yeah, I will also look into that. Let me make a note of that to make sure that I don't forget to follow for that. So yes, please. I love the ideas and the suggestions for blocks of the month and sew alongs because I'm looking for some new ones. There is a couple others on Stitchin Heaven that I'd be interested in. So I'm going to do a little bit more research and things like that. But I'd like to start some things like in August because I'm kind of getting down to the nitty gritty and just kind of working on my whips. And blocks of the month are easy enough to follow along. Blocks of the week can get they're doable, but they're a little right now I have 2, so try to get another one. But blocks a month, I'm you know, I want the term quilt BOM'er, so I want to be able to do multiple blocks of the month and finish multiple quilts by the end of the year. So I'm looking forward to any other things. There are others that I still have yet to look into, but I have written them down on my list to kind of keep an eye on things. I've looked at shabby fabrics. Host an older. I should do that. Yeah, look at some of the older ones and host an older one. I could do that. Yep, I'll keep that in mind. Host older. Yes, most definitely. Good morning, Jessica. Rhonda, thank you so much for the idea and getting me out on a tangent of sorts. And Jessica for mentioning this because I'm going to sign up for this. And that's in January. So I went to Stitchin Heaven and I found a couple others I'd be interested in, but they start after January 1. And I'm looking for something. Good morning, Debt-Free Quilter Heather. I am looking for more that will start in like August, September. I also have a list of things that I was going to start. Dragon fruit comes in, and so there's a lot. there was a Halloween figs with the denim and orange collection, and there's a couple others. I know Corey Yoder's got one coming out in January. Fabrics are being sold by quilt shops as a kit, and then you just follow Corey Yoder's blogs and website, YouTube channels for that with her newest collection of fabric, I believe. So more information will follow. I have a few links below this video that can get you going on a little tangent already, just with the quilt spot that I found. They've got some fun ones, and they're very similar as Stitchin Heaven. So monthly payment plans, you get kits every month, and then you just sew, which is a lot more financially doable than like choking up $250 for a kit, because I think that's what this kit is. It's like, I still, so I'm thinking, from a financial standpoint anyway. I have started watching the video this morning, and then my boyfriend called and I put my phone down. So yes, there is the quilt along with Susan Aki and her new book. I'm a little curious about that. But a lot of these, I kind of like to know now what the plan is so that I can plan my time and my money. So a lot of them come out and then you have to make a decision like really quickly or reserve a spot and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching the rest of that video here today while I'm eating breakfast. So, because I get out to work. But so I went off on a little tangent and I got a little overwhelmed with myself. So I kind of wrote these things down and then wrote down the things that I wanted to look into a little bit further. So I'll keep you posted on the other things that I find. And please keep me informed of things that you're aware of, and we'll get things moving along so that we can be quilt bombers together. So I love blocks of the month. Sew alongs, quilt alongs. And I'd like to be able to, some of them you got to use their fabric, and sometimes I kind of like would probably want to use my own, but we'll see how that, if there's a way that I can work that in too, so I could do the same quilt just a little bit different than everybody else. So because a lot of people like to see the differences in fabric choices and things like that. So I know this was a challenge. This fat quarter bundle for this is going to be a challenge. I don't know that I even have enough fabric to do the entire quilt, so I may just do part of it, like a bed runner or something of that nature out of it. So there is just, right, FOMO. I know I don't want to miss out because I missed the flower stand, and that was kind of like the only sew along or quilt along that I was just devastated not to be able to participate in. So my chair is slowly sinking to the floor. So anyway, FOMO is extremely real. And the other thing is that I kind of miss out because they couldn't afford them. You have to buy the kit, like I said. And if I can't do a monthly payment plan, it's going to be a little bit harder. So anyway, it's especially if you want to do like 3 of them in a month, and they're $300 or $250 a piece for the kit, or $150 for the kit. I like to do things a little bit. I don't want to get myself, in over my head either. I have too much to do to worry about all the other stuff out there. Yeah, I know. So anyway, I'm having a good time with this. Believe me, I get a little excited and a little overwhelmed, and I'm still sinking in my chair. How much further can I go down? I gotta fix this. But anyway, you guys, this is pretty much all I have for you today. Check out the links below. Let me know if there's anything there that you're interested in, and I'll kind of like take a poll of all of the comments. Put the comments below this video if you're interested. I will take a poll of it and see which ones I want to like get involved in it too, and we can have a group of us do something like that. But I'm going to keep in touch with that Quiltober Karen Montgomery program. I'll make sure I get a hold of watch that. And I think I'm going to follow when it comes to this quilt. Anybody who's interested in Lori Holt things, that one there through the quilts. I keep forgetting what the name of it is. Hang on. I keep going black, and that's only because I'm afraid to share my screen and for fear of going away. So I apologize that. But the quilt spot, with the quilt spot. Stitchin Haven's got a whole bunch of nice Stitchin Heaven. I want to stay Stitchin Haven all the time. Stitchin Heaven's got some awesome ones too. So I'm going to go take another look at all of those and throw some things out there. And I'll probably put some polls out there on the community tab, or just based on the responses that I get in the comments here about anybody who's interested in another sew along. So those who are watching after the fact that aren't here with us live today. So let's get a whole bunch of them going here over the next couple of months. So we have plenty of work to do, and I have plenty of content because I can do them all. All right, you guys. I again there will not be a video on Monday or Tuesday. I'm going out of town tomorrow, and I won't be back until Tuesday evening. So I will see you Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. It'll have to be a short video, so I won't have a whole lot of content as far as like stuff I've sewn, because I'm not taking anything with me. And I don't know how late I'll get back on Tuesday and whether I'll feel like actually doing any sewing or not. I may have some updates because I may be able to do some research on some more blocks of the month, and I'll be following up on comments and emails and things like that. So we'll have a little bit of an update because I do have to take my mom to a doctor's appointment, and I will have to leave shortly after that video. So you guys have a great weekend. I will see you Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. and we'll talk more. I love you guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you Wednesday. Bye.